Hello viewers, in today's book pitch we'll take a look at the novel The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It's a murder mystery written by Mark Haddon. Let's begin with a quick summary. The book takes place in Swindon, England, where a boy called Chris finds the corpse of his neighbor's dog. He can see that the dog is murdered because he is impaled with a pitchfork. Because Chris likes dogs, he wants to find out who murdered the dog. Quite early on in the story, you find out that Chris is autistic. He doesn't like very specific things, but he does like reading and math. Chris is going to question the neighbors if they had seen something suspicious. He doesn't want to do this at first because of his autism, but he does it anyway. He doesn't get much closer with finding out who murdered the dog, but he does get to hear new information about his parents' past. The father of Chris doesn't want him to go on with his investigation. The father gets eventually so mad that he tries to hide something from Chris, but then Chris finds that eventually, along with something else. Chris finds some letters from his mother and he finds it weird because he thinks his mom is dead. After the father comes home and sees Chris with the letters, he confesses that his mother isn't dead and that he had murdered the dog. Chris is so upset by this that he walks away to his mother. Swindon is far away from where his mother lives, so he has to travel by train, but he really doesn't want to because of his autism. He eventually manages to do this, and after a long journey, he comes by his mom. His mother is first very happy to see him, but she eventually brings him back to Swindon, where Chris prepares himself for an important math test. Chris doesn't want to go back because he's still upset about his father, so he doesn't talk to him at first. Chris is also gonna make his math test and he gets the highest grade. After that, Chris's father says he's really sorry about murdering the dog, and he bought the dog for Chris, so Chris forgives him. The end. So the quote I went for was, and I know I can do this because I went to London on my own and because I solved the mystery of who killed Wellington, and I found my mother, and I was brave, and I bought a book, and that means that I can do anything. And I went for this quote because it's very inspirational and stuff. Now let's discuss the strengths of this book. So what are they? Well, the first one is that the book isn't that thick. Another strength of the novel is that the story isn't wrote so difficult, so it's easy to read. And the last strength is that the story gives a good representation of what life is like as a boy with autism. And now some interesting facts about the author. Fact number 1. Mark Haddon was born on October 1952 in Northampton, England, which makes him 56 years old. Fact number 2. In 2003, he won the Whitbread Book of the Year award for his novel The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. And fact number 3. Mark Haddon is a vegetarian. And now the conclusion. My conclusion is that the novel isn't that bad. I first thought that the story was just about some annoying kid and that we wouldn't find out who murdered the dog until the end and that the rest will be just filler about what things the kid doesn't like. But that isn't the case at all. It is actually kinda interesting to read it.